next speaker is going to talk to us about how Turkey is leading the way for reopening tourism with a Safe Tourism Certification Program. Please welcome Elif Balcı Fisunoğlu, the Deputy General Manager for Business Events and Tourism and Product Development. Welcome, Elif.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, allow me to welcome you all in Bodrum and Turkey. It's a great pleasure to welcome distinguished guests from all over the world at our beautiful Bodrum. In these hard times, we're proud to say Turkey has been a very successful model against the fight with COVID-19 due to our strong healthcare system and immediate restrictions at the border. By establishing a safe tourism certification program, we were able to set the safe grounds for travelers from the airport to the hotel and all the way back to their hometowns, and we are very proud to become a role model with our certification program, which we shared with several countries as they requested and also presented at international platforms. The Safe Tourism Certification Program defines a series of measures along a broad spectrum, including transportation, accommodation, health conditions of both facility personnel and guests, and restaurants and convention centers for the safety of all guests who desire to spend their holiday in Turkey. Our program defines and advises an extensive series of measures to be taken with regards to transportation, accommodation, as I mentioned, the sea transportation, theme parks, and culture and art centers has been also added as the second phase of the program, after we initiated last year in May. And one of the first of its kind, the program was led by the Culture and Tourism Ministry and has been developed with the contributions of the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Internal Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and in cooperation with the stakeholders and NGOs in the industry. This morning we heard Mr. Sani Şener mentioning about all those bodies working in a line. So we were able to successfully run a program which was created, initiated, and led by those bodies. The program was started in June 2020, and as of the date, the facilities obtaining the certificate are announced at the Ministry's website and the TGA's website. TGA is the Turkish Tourism and Promotion Development Agency, as we mentioned. Since the practice has been initiated, it's mandatory now with facilities, with accommodation facilities, with 30 and more rooms. And we have in total 7 types of criteria set for different types of tourism services. At the moment, there are more than 132 criteria for each set, and which is around 171 criteria for the accommodation facilities. And I can easily say we have version 23 or 26 for the criteria set we have. Because as we would all remember, since the pandemic has been announced in March, there are so many different measurements, protocols are announced globally. So we are very dynamically and proactively updating our criteria. There are several programs similar to ours abroad, but we know what is the strength of our program. First of all, each certificate is only issued for a 1-month period. So it's not a certificate that you receive once, you have it, and you have the control every month. The certificate itself is issued for a month period. And each month, there has the facilities, the tourism properties should apply for the next certificate for next month. There's an additional routine control, which is done by the certification company. And also in the afternoon earlier, we had the opportunity to listen one of our accredited companies. We have at the moment around 18 companies that receive the accreditation from us. And all of them are internationally recognized companies. They are able to serve minimum at 5 countries, including 2 European countries, and they should have the accreditation from Turkish institutions and also from the international ones. There's no remote inspection, so all inspections should be done physically. There's one unannounced control, again done by the company, accreditation company. And the ministry also has its own audition department, which also pays an unannounced visit. And there are QR codes that are available for all visitors, for everyone, and each tourism property has been asked to put their certificate visibly at their entrances, to their website, and to international marketing and sales channels. So this is a system that we first make sure that the health conditions and COVID protocols are in place with the tourism properties in Turkey, but also we have been very successfully using it as a promotional and marketing asset for reopening and continuing the international tourism activity. And as I mentioned, we are updating it continuously. Even very important measure, the HEPA filters are compulsory for the accommodation facilities. We know that the criteria is not easy to obey for the tourism facilities, but we are not passing from normal days. So we are so thankful and happy that the tourism facilities all over the country are very much aware of the importance of this program, and they are doing their role very well. And since, again, July last year, we asked the hotels, all the accommodation facilities, as part of the program, to be able to provide the PCR test for all visitors who are asking for that. And during the last May, I have been traveling to different countries for trade shows and international events and different continents. And I had the same need, the PCR test, which when we say sounds quite easy, but what I have seen is you can reach it, but the duration, the accessibility, and the price is not compatible with Turkey. Because we ask all the hotels to be able to have a hospital or health center that they contract with, and this PCR test rate is same, the flat fee, all over the country. If you go to a hospital, it's the same price. If you ask the hotel to bring you someone to take the test, it's the same price. It's very important because we have limited mobility, increased travel costs, so we need to make sure that the visitors can travel easily, believing and trusting in our health conditions, measurements, but also understanding that the costs are reasonable for them. So we are very proud to say we have also one of the very good examples. As I mentioned, we have independent accreditation companies. So the Ministry of Tourism and Culture already has their department which can provide documentation. But with this program, they are not the body who is issuing the certificate. The certificates are belonging to those international companies, so they are responsible with each certificate they provide. And there's a very active reporting in between us that they have to report all the properties which are not obeying the rules and where there's a problem. And also there's an Ministry of Health system, which is an app. It's called HES for the local people, where you can get the code for being able to travel domestically or internationally. And as part of this, there's an also button that you can claim any facility, any place. It can be a shopping mall, restaurant, a sports center, or a hotel, if they are not obeying the rules, if they are breaking the protocols. And automatically, this claim comes to us if it is related with a facility which has the certification, and we immediately ask the certification company to pay and visit and to report us. So it's not an easy thing. I mean, it's easy to put just the logo to stamp and say we are safe, but there is a huge effort behind that we are all following it continuously. And actually, earlier, one of the companies did the presentation, and he said that there are over 5,200 facilities with certification. It was a wrong number. I also talked to him. We have over 10,000 tourism facilities with the certification. It's around 10,540 at the moment, and as the season is opening, the numbers are increasing. And here are the numbers that you will see. We have 7 different categories for the accommodation facilities. With 30 and more rooms, it's compulsory. If they don't have the certificate, the government has the right to stop the operation. And if they break the rules, again, if it's been reported and if there's the evidence, again, the certificate has been cancelled, and the government again has the option to stop. Because we would like to provide a trusted system and the trustable conditions for the international travelers as well as the domestic travelers. And also, of course, we would like to make sure that the health and well-being of the staff, the personnel working at tourism facilities is also our priority. And as part of the certification program, in line with it, we started the vaccination as of the beginning of April. And the target was to have the entire tourism working people, including tour guides, drivers of the tour cars, hotel staff, and travel agencies, until the end of June. And at the moment, we can say that majority of them has been vaccinated. And also during this week, our government, Ministry of Health, also announced the vaccination for the citizens with age 40 and above can easily apply for their shot. And we also moreover, we announced a special insurance coverage for tourist protection. Because we know that it's not easy to take the travel decision. There are so many things that we have to consider which we're not worried before. If I travel to a destination, if I become COVID positive, what's gonna happen? Do I have to be isolated in a hotel room, or do I need a treatment at the hospital? If something else happens to me, still if my coverage will include, my coverage in my country will include that or not. So we have 3 packages that are supported by Turkish government under the authorization of Türkiye Sigorta. One is for the COVID treatment. So there's no waiting period. You can easily buy the package online. There's a dedicated website, covidinsuranceforturkey.com. It's possible to purchase at the airports, at the tour operators. There's no waiting period. When you are in Turkey, if you are positive, if you need to have a treatment at an hospital, all entire treatment has been covered. The second is the accommodation insurance, because sometimes You have to be isolated. You are positive, but you don't have any symptoms. You just need to stay where you are, which means 10 or 14 days of staying at the hotel room. So who will pay the extra cost? We have also the insurance package for the extra accommodation, again, which can be purchased by individuals, by companies, and also by the hotels themselves, if they want to also provide it as a gesture to their clients, their visitors. So the hotel, extra hotel stay has been also paid by the insurance company. And also we know that we have now the orange list, red list, different limitations from each country for their citizens. And the insurance companies are also saying that if you travel to this country, my health insurance package is not valid. Please bear in mind. So we have also the solution for this. So depending on how many days they stay, again, they can purchase the health insurance package. Maybe they need some other support, not related with COVID-19, but maybe a small accident or dental issues, whatever it is. Again, we provide the coverage for the international visitors. So, because we know that we all miss to travel. We know that every year in 2019, we hosted 52 million people, and they all missed us. And we would like to make sure that the environment is prepared for them to travel. And as of last year in June, we reopened the tourism with this mentality. And what happened? The result. We strengthened our position as the top fourth most popular destination in Europe in 2020. Of course, the results in terms of number of people traveling cannot be compared to the previous year, but still we know that it's a success to be able to host 16 million people. And of course, our target for this year is to double those figures and to have more international visitors coming and our local people also traveling with confidence. And before ending my presentation, I would like to just share with you the launch video of our Safe Tourism Certification program. And since last year, of course, we have been promoting our country with different elements, different attractions, but the safe tourism is the major message that we give to the world, because we know that people would like to travel and we need to help them to travel. Thank you very much for listening.
You should have seen all those fantastic things. Daddy said, "This is all for your health." In the end, it felt like we were a part of that world. Like in all our travels, we took care of ourselves and had a super-duper extraordinary, marvelously fun time. By then, I knew this was the most extraordinary journey of my life. Like forever and ever. The voyage to the green-blue planet.
We arrange all the necessities and details for both joy and wellness, for you to enjoy our beautiful Turkey with your loved ones. Save your dates for